Even if you have a perfect bedtime routine and a cool, dark room, stress can still ruin your sleep. In Sleep Hack Series Volume 4, we're digging into how stress hormones affect sleep cycles, and more importantly, how to manage them so you can finally rest. The science of stress and sleep. Stress is your body's built-in survival mechanism, but when it comes to sleep, it can become your biggest enemy. To truly understand how stress impacts your ability to fall and stay asleep, we need to look at two main players: cortisol and adrenaline. These are the body's primary stress hormones, part of what's known as the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal (HPA) axis. During the day, your cortisol levels naturally rise in the morning to help wake you up and slowly decline throughout the day, reaching their lowest point at night. But when you're under chronic stress, whether from work, relationships, finances, or constant exposure to news and digital content, your cortisol levels stay elevated much later than they should. Why does this matter for sleep? Elevated cortisol makes your body feel alert and ready for action. It raises your heart rate, increases blood sugar, and signals your brain that it's not time to relax. This is great if you're actually in danger, but terrible if you're just lying in bed, trying to fall asleep. Adrenaline, the other key hormone, operates on an even faster timescale. It spikes quickly in response to acute stress and primes your body for immediate action. Even small nighttime stressors, a late-night email, worrying about tomorrow, scrolling on social media, can trigger mini adrenaline surges that keep you from relaxing. The real problem comes when these stress hormones disrupt your sleep stages. Normally, sleep cycles through light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep in roughly 90-minute phases. High stress levels reduce the amount of deep sleep you get and increase nighttime awakenings, fragmenting these cycles. Over time, this can lead to sleep deprivation, even if you think you're getting enough total hours in bed. Studies from institutions like Harvard Medical School have shown that people under chronic stress not only take longer to fall asleep, but also have less restorative sleep overall. They report feeling more tired in the morning and less able to handle everyday challenges, creating a vicious cycle. Understanding the science is empowering. Once you know how stress hormones affect your sleep, you can take specific steps to manage them, starting with your daytime habits, which we'll dive into next. Understand the role of cortisol and adrenaline in your body's natural rhythms, and why stress at night hits harder than during the day. Daytime stress management for better sleep. Managing stress isn't just about what you do at night. It starts the moment you wake up. How you handle stress throughout the day has a direct impact on whether you'll be able to fall asleep and stay asleep later. If your body carries accumulated tension and cortisol spikes into the evening, even the best nighttime routine won't completely override it. Let's dive into practical techniques you can use during the day to keep stress under control and support better sleep at night. First, breath work. Deep, slow breathing exercises reduce stress hormones in as little as 60 seconds. One of the easiest techniques is box breathing. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat this cycle for 2 to 5 minutes whenever you feel tension building. Another effective method is 4-7-8 breathing, where you inhale through your nose for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale through your mouth for 8. Practicing breath work throughout the day helps lower your baseline stress response. Next, journaling. Writing down your thoughts can serve as a mental reset button. You don't have to write an essay. Just jotting down worries, to-dos, or things you're grateful for offloads mental clutter that otherwise builds into nighttime anxiety. Try setting aside 5 to 10 minutes each afternoon to write freely. This simple habit helps process emotions and clear your mind before evening. Exercise timing also plays a major role. Physical activity is a powerful stress reliever because it lowers cortisol levels after the initial workout spike. However, timing matters. Aim to exercise earlier in the day rather than late evening. Intense workouts too close to bedtime can keep cortisol elevated, disrupting sleep. Morning or midday workouts tend to promote a healthier cortisol rhythm. Another major factor: setting digital boundaries. Constant notifications, emails, and news updates create a low-level stress strip throughout the day. Consider implementing set times to check emails or social media rather than grazing on them constantly. Many people find success with the Pomodoro technique, working in focused blocks of 25 to 30 minutes, followed by a short break. During breaks, avoid jumping straight onto your phone. Instead, step outside, stretch, or take a few mindful breaths. Finally, make time for natural light exposure during the day. Sunlight isn't just important in the morning, as we covered in Volume 3. Getting outside midday helps regulate cortisol levels and supports your body's natural rhythm. Managing stress effectively during the day sets the stage for restful sleep at night. These aren't one-time hacks. They're daily habits that accumulate benefits over time. By incorporating breathwork, journaling, strategic exercise, and digital boundaries into your routine, you help your body maintain a calm, steady rhythm that makes it easier to unwind when evening arrives. Nighttime calming techniques. When nighttime rolls around, the last thing you want is your mind racing with unfinished thoughts, to-do lists, or unresolved worries from the day. Unfortunately, this is exactly what happens for many people when they finally try to settle down. That's why building a reliable nighttime calming routine is just as important as managing stress during the day. Here are specific methods that help quiet both your mind and body before bed, based on sleep science and real-world experience. First is progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. PMR is a systematic technique where you tense and then relax each muscle group in your body one at a time. Start at your toes. Curl them tightly for 5 seconds, then release and let the tension melt away. Work your way up. Calves, thighs, hips, abdomen, chest, shoulders, arms, hands, neck, and finally your face. By the time you reach the top of your head, your whole body feels heavier, calmer, and more grounded. Studies show PMR not only reduces cortisol, but also shortens sleep onset latency, the time it takes to fall asleep. Next is guided imagery. This mental technique involves visualizing a calming scene or experience in rich detail, engaging all your senses. Imagine yourself on a quiet beach. Feel the warm sand under your feet, hear gentle waves, smell the salt air, see the colors of the sunset. Guided imagery shifts your focus away from intrusive thoughts and signals your brain it's safe to relax. You can practice this on your own or use apps and audio recordings that walk you through guided scenarios. Third, consider sleep-friendly supplements. While supplements aren't a cure-all, certain ones have evidence supporting their use as part of a sleep routine. Magnesium glycinate helps relax muscles and nerves, making it easier to unwind. L-theanine, an amino acid found in green tea, promotes calm focus without sedation. Valerian root, chamomile extract, and low-dose melatonin, 0.5 to 1 milligrams, can also support sleep, but always consult a healthcare provider before starting any new supplements. Beyond techniques, the key is consistency. Build your nighttime calming routine into the same 30 to 60-minute wind-down window every night. Combine PMR, guided imagery, and supplements with dim lighting, quiet music, or aromatherapy, like lavender essential oil, to create a multi-sensory environment that tells your body and mind it's time to rest. When practiced nightly, these calming techniques help retrain your stress response, making it easier to transition from wakefulness to sleep, even on challenging days. Creating a stress-resilient lifestyle. While nighttime routines and daily stress management techniques are essential, the ultimate goal is to build a lifestyle that keeps stress levels naturally lower all the time. This means developing long-term habits and systems that support your mental and physical well-being, even when life gets busy or unpredictable. One foundational habit is establishing regular physical activity. Exercise isn't just about fitness. It's a proven way to regulate stress hormones like cortisol and boost endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week. Consistency is more important than intensity. Whether it's walking, cycling, yoga, or strength training, the key is making it part of your weekly rhythm. Another critical factor is prioritizing meaningful social connections. Loneliness and isolation are significant stress amplifiers. Regularly spending time with friends, family, or community groups creates a support network that helps buffer life's inevitable challenges. This doesn't have to mean large social events. Sometimes, just a 10-minute conversation or a shared meal can be enough to strengthen these bonds. Nutrition also plays a long-term role. Eating a balanced, nutrient-rich diet supports hormonal balance and stable energy levels, both of which impact stress resilience. Focus on whole foods, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates. Reduce excessive sugar, processed foods, and high caffeine intake, especially later in the day. Another underrated habit is practicing mindfulness and gratitude. Daily mindfulness meditation, even for 5 to 10 minutes, helps train your brain to respond more calmly to stress. Keeping a gratitude journal builds a positive focus, reducing the impact of daily frustrations. Finally, create structured daily and weekly routines. Having predictable rhythms for waking, eating, working, and sleeping reduces cognitive load and decision fatigue, both of which contribute to chronic stress. When your brain knows what to expect, it stays calmer. One listener from Denver shared that after integrating consistent exercise, regular social meetups, and a 10-minute evening gratitude practice, not only did her sleep improve, but her overall anxiety levels dropped noticeably within 2 months. Building a stress-resilient lifestyle isn't about eliminating all stress. It's about increasing your capacity to handle it effectively. By layering these long-term habits into your life, you create a solid foundation that keeps stress from overwhelming you and supports consistent, restorative sleep. If stress has ever kept you awake at night, this series is for you. Share your experience in the comments and subscribe to the Daily Health Shift for more practical wellness strategies each week.